Most people think spinach is one of the best sources of magnesium. But what if I told you there's a simple nut that quietly delivers more magnesium and protects aging bones far better? Here's the twist. Many adults over 50 eat healthy, yet still lose bone strength year after year. Why? Because the body absorbs magnesium less efficiently with age. Medications, slower digestion, and even mild dehydration make it harder to use what's in our food. According to the Cleveland Clinic, magnesium isn't just for muscles, it's vital for keeping calcium in the right place. Your bones, not your arteries. In this video, you'll discover 5 surprising ways this humble nut supports bone density, energy, and balance. Stay until the end because one shocks almost everyone over 60. Comment yes if you'd love more videos like this. Most people associate strong bones with calcium and stop there. But magnesium is the quiet partner your skeleton can't live without. It's involved in more than 300 processes in the body, including how calcium gets absorbed and stored. Without enough magnesium, calcium can actually move to the wrong places like joints, arteries, or soft tissue instead of strengthening your bones. Here's why this matters. After age 50, magnesium levels naturally decline. The body doesn't absorb it as well, and medications for blood pressure, heartburn, or diabetes can flush it out faster. That means even if you're eating healthy, your bones may still be running on low fuel. Harvard researchers have linked low magnesium intake to reduced bone density and higher fracture risk, especially in older women. Yet many seniors unknowingly get less than half the daily recommended amount. Let's bring this to life. Take Helen, 68, who prided herself on her leafy greens and daily calcium supplement. Still, she often felt weak, tired, and noticed her posture changing slightly. After her doctor suggested she add more magnesium-rich foods, she began snacking on a handful of nuts each day. Within months, her energy improved and she noticed fewer cramps and less stiffness when waking up. Here's the science behind that change. Magnesium helps activate vitamin D, which in turn regulates calcium balance. It also keeps bones flexible, not brittle, a key factor in avoiding fractures during falls. And unlike calcium, magnesium also calms the nervous system, improving sleep and recovery, both of which support bone rebuilding overnight. The good news, you don't need supplements or fancy powders. Nature already packed plenty of magnesium into everyday foods, especially one nut we'll reveal next. Here's the bottom line. Strong bones aren't just about calcium. They're about balance, and magnesium is the quiet mineral that keeps that balance alive. Section 4. The nut that beats spinach. Spinach is known as a magnesium superstar. 1 cup of cooked spinach gives about 150 milligrams of this crucial mineral. But there's one food that quietly outperforms it, and most people have it sitting right in their pantry. That food is the almond. Just 1 ounce, about a small handful, contains around 80 milligrams of magnesium, plus healthy fats, plant protein, and natural vitamin E. While the numbers might sound close, almonds deliver something spinach can't: better absorption. Here's why that matters. Magnesium from leafy greens is often locked inside compounds called oxalates, which can limit how much your body actually uses, but in nuts like almonds, magnesium is more bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs it faster and more efficiently. Harvard Health notes that people who eat nuts regularly tend to have higher magnesium levels, better heart health, and stronger bones even when their overall diet doesn't change much. Now, let's bring this to life. Meet Robert, 72. He was never a fan of spinach or kale, but when his daughter suggested he start snacking on almonds instead of cookies, he gave it a try. Over time, his afternoon fatigue faded, and he noticed fewer nighttime leg cramps. His doctor later told him his bone density scans looked better than before, likely thanks to the extra magnesium and vitamin E he was getting naturally from almonds. But almonds aren't the only stars. Cashews, Brazil nuts, and pumpkin seeds are also magnesium-rich. Still, almonds strike the perfect balance for seniors. Easy to chew, gentle on digestion, and versatile. You can sprinkle them on oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, or keep a small portion handy for travel. It's not about eating a lot, it's about eating smart. Just a small handful a day supports your magnesium needs while helping stabilize blood sugar and calm inflammation. Two hidden enemies of bone health. And here's something few people realize. Almonds don't just protect bones, they help your muscles relax and your heart stay steady. That means fewer cramps, steadier balance, and better recovery after simple activities like gardening or walking the dog. So the next time you reach for a healthy snack, remember this: spinach is great, but almonds quietly go further, keeping your bones strong, your muscles relaxed, and your energy alive. It's easy to assume that if you're eating well, your magnesium levels are fine. But for many older adults, that's far from true. In fact, studies show that nearly 70% of people over 60 don't get enough magnesium even with a balanced diet. Why? The answer lies in how the aging body changes. As we get older, the stomach produces less acid, which means food isn't broken down as effectively. That slows nutrient absorption, including magnesium. On top of that, the kidneys, which regulate magnesium balance, become less efficient with age. They excrete more of it through urine, leaving the body in a quiet deficit. And then come the medications, common prescriptions for blood pressure, heartburn, and diabetes. Things many seniors rely on can deplete magnesium even faster. According to the Cleveland Clinic, diuretics and certain antacids are among the biggest culprits. They help one condition, but they rob the bones and muscles of a mineral they desperately need. This hidden loss often shows up in small ways. First, more muscle cramps at night, tingling in the feet, low energy, or difficulty sleeping. Many people brush it off as just getting older, but these are early whispers from your body saying, "I'm running low on magnesium." Let's look at a simple example. Linda, 65, was active and loved morning walks. Over time, she began waking with tight calves and mild balance issues. She blamed it on age until a nutritionist suggested checking her magnesium intake. When she began adding almonds and pumpkin seeds to her breakfast routine, her cramps eased within weeks. It wasn't a miracle. It was just giving her body what it had quietly been missing. Here's the science behind that change. Magnesium helps keep calcium in balance inside the muscles. Without it, calcium can cause overcontraction, leading to spasms, stiffness, and fatigue. It also regulates the parathyroid hormone, the messenger that tells bones when to build and when to rest. So, when magnesium runs low, the entire bone-building process slows down. But here's the hopeful part. You can rebuild your magnesium stores gently and naturally by choosing foods that are easier to absorb, like nuts, seeds, and whole grains. You support your bones, muscles, and nerves without any drastic change. Here's the bottom line. Magnesium loss is not inevitable. It's simply a signal to pay closer attention because your body is still capable of absorbing strength, one small habit at a time. Now that you know how powerful magnesium is and why almonds quietly outperform spinach, let's talk about how to bring this simple habit into your everyday life. Because the truth is, most people don't need a major diet overhaul. They just need tiny, consistent upgrades that feed their bones daily. Here's the easiest way to start. One small handful of almonds a day, about 20 to 25 nuts, gives roughly a quarter of your daily magnesium needs. You can eat them raw, lightly roasted, or even soaked overnight if you prefer softer texture. For seniors with sensitive teeth or dentures, blending them into a smoothie or almond butter works perfectly. But timing matters. 2. Magnesium supports muscle relaxation and bone rebuilding. So having almonds in the evening can help your body recover overnight. Try pairing them with a warm herbal tea or a piece of fruit instead of sugary snacks before bed. Another powerful combo is almonds with vitamin D and calcium foods. Here's why. Magnesium helps activate vitamin D, which allows calcium to get absorbed into bones. Without magnesium, even the best calcium foods or supplements may not do their job fully. So instead of focusing on one nutrient, think of it as a team effort. Almonds for magnesium, a little yogurt or milk for calcium, some sunlight or fortified cereal for vitamin D. Together, they create the foundation for stronger, more flexible bones, the kind that support your confidence when you move, bend, or lift. Let's make it real with a story. James and Carol, both in their early 70s, decided to swap their mid-morning pastry for a small handful of almonds and an apple. Within a few weeks, they noticed they didn't crash in the afternoon anymore. Carol said her knees didn't ache as much after gardening, and James mentioned fewer muscle twitches at night. They didn't change anything else, just added one mindful snack. That's the quiet magic of magnesium. You don't feel it instantly, but it gradually restores balance to your muscles, bones, and even your mood. Here are a few easy ways to fit almonds into your day. Sprinkle chopped almonds on oatmeal or yogurt. Blend them into a smoothie with banana and spinach. Toss them into salads for a gentle crunch. Keep a small container in your car or bag to avoid reaching for processed snacks. But here's a gentle reminder. Moderation matters. Nuts are nutrient-dense, which means a little goes a long way. Stick to one small handful daily. And choose unsalted or dry-roasted versions to protect your heart and kidneys. If you take medications, particularly diuretics or heart medicines, it's wise to mention your nut intake to your healthcare provider, not because it's unsafe, but because magnesium can gently influence how those medications work. Here's the bottom line. Strong bones don't come from big changes. They come from small, steady habits repeated with care. A handful of almonds, a short walk in the sun, and proper hydration can do more for your bone health than you might imagine. And if you make it part of your routine, not as a diet, but as a daily act of self-respect, your bones, muscles, and energy will thank you every single day. By now, you know that magnesium quietly strengthens bones from within. But here's the real secret. Magnesium doesn't work alone. It's part of a powerful team, a trio of nutrients that includes vitamin D3 and vitamin K2. Together, they form the foundation for protecting bones as we age. When you eat calcium-rich foods, that calcium needs to be absorbed, directed, and locked safely into your bones. Vitamin D3 helps your body absorb calcium from the gut. Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic officer, guiding that calcium to the right place, your bones and teeth, and keeping it out of your arteries. And magnesium, it's the activator that makes the entire process possible. It turns vitamin D into its active form, ensures calcium moves efficiently, and supports the enzymes that build the bone matrix itself. Without enough magnesium, even the best diet or supplement plan can quietly fall apart. Think of it like building a house. Calcium is the bricks. Vitamin D is the builder bringing those bricks to the site. Vitamin K2 is the foreman deciding exactly where each brick goes, and magnesium is the energy that keeps everyone working. Without magnesium, the lights go out, and construction slows to a crawl. For adults over 60, that slowdown becomes more noticeable. The digestive system absorbs less, kidneys release more minerals, and certain medications interfere with nutrient balance. The result? We may eat well, yet still struggle with bone loss, stiffness, or fatigue. Research from Harvard Medical School has shown that people with balanced levels of magnesium and vitamin D tend to have higher bone density and better overall mobility. Meanwhile, studies from the Mayo Clinic highlight how vitamin K2 helps prevent calcium buildup in arteries, keeping bones strong while supporting heart health at the same time. It's not just about one nutrient. It's about their harmony. Let me share a story that brings this to life. Margaret, 74, had been faithfully taking her calcium supplements for years, but still worried every time she got her bone scan. Her doctor gently explained that calcium is only one piece of the puzzle and suggested she focus on magnesium, D3, and K2 together. So Margaret began eating a handful of almonds every morning, spending 10 minutes in the early sunlight, and enjoying soft cheeses like brie and Gouda, which naturally contain K2. 6 months later, her follow-up scan showed gradual improvement. More importantly, Margaret said she felt steadier on her feet, slept better, and noticed that her morning stiffness was easing. It wasn't magic, it was balance returning to her body. That's what nutrient synergy really is, balance. Magnesium activates vitamin D. Vitamin D helps you absorb calcium. And vitamin K2 ensures that calcium strengthens your skeleton instead of clogging your arteries. They're three simple nutrients performing a quiet dance inside your body every single day. If you're wondering how to bring that balance into your life, here's a simple rhythm that fits easily into a senior lifestyle. In the morning, get a bit of natural sunlight or take a vitamin D3 supplement if you live in low-light areas. Around midday, enjoy your magnesium-rich foods. Almonds, cashews, or pumpkin seeds are perfect choices. Then, in the evening, include a little vitamin K2 from foods like eggs, soft cheese, or fermented vegetables such as sauerkraut or natto. No extremes. No expensive supplements, just simple, natural nourishment working together the way nature intended. Remember, your bones are living tissue. They're not fixed, they're constantly renewing. Even in your 70s or 80s, when you give your body the right tools, that rebuilding continues smoothly. So when you think of bone health, think beyond calcium. Think of the trio magnesium, D3, and K2 each playing its role in harmony, because bones are more than structure. They're your freedom, the freedom to move confidently, to garden, to lift your grandchild, to stay independent and strong. Every small daily choice matters. Each handful of almonds, every step into the morning sun, every meal with color and balance is your body's reminder that you're still growing stronger. Even after 60, your body listens. It adapts, it heals, and it thrives when you give it what it quietly needs. Here's the bottom line. Magnesium, vitamin D3, and K2 are not just nutrients. Together, they're a message to your body, a message that says strength, balance, and vitality don't stop with age. They only get wiser, as long as you keep feeding them. So now you know sometimes the smallest things make the biggest difference. A handful of almonds, a few minutes of sunlight, a little more color on your plate. Together, these simple habits feed your bones, muscles, and spirit with exactly what they need to stay strong. Magnesium, vitamin D3, and K2 work quietly behind the scenes not just to protect your bones, but to keep your energy steady, your balance stable, and your confidence alive. You don't have to change everything. You just have to care a little more for the body that's carried you this far. Remember, it's never too late to rebuild. Your bones are still listening. Your body still responds. Every mindful choice, from what you snack on to how you move, keeps that renewal process going. If this video helped you understand your body a little better, give it a like, share it with someone you care about, and hit subscribe for more senior wellness insights each week. And I'd love to hear from you. What's one small change you'll start today? Tell us in the comments below. And as always, remember this video is for educational purposes only. If you have health concerns or take medications, consult your healthcare provider before making dietary changes, because your health journey deserves knowledge, balance, and gentle strength, one smart choice at a time.